Thanks for tuning in to The Solution is You. I really hope that you are having a wonderful day. If you enjoy the content, then make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. With that, let's go ahead and get into today's subject. Now, the topic of today is caught with your hands in the Nookie jar. So today, I will give you 3 things that will make you reconsider the main course. So there's a lot of temptation out here when it comes to the opposite sex. And you have to be very careful the way you move and associate. If you are in a relationship, you want to make sure that you're doing the responsible thing. There are a lot of you out there who find yourselves in some compromising situations. Um, Usually, the younger you are, the more curious that you will be, and the more mistakes that you will make. So, as you get older, you have to be very careful, especially in this time where everything is under surveillance. There's so many gadgets and technology that makes it so easy to be in the know at all times of what's happening around home, away from home. So you have to be very cautious about the things that you do and the people that you're with. So let's go ahead and get into the number one thing that can make you reconsider your main course. So number one, when you are in a relationship and you find your hands are in the nookie jar and you are over this person's house, you have to be aware that their significant other may be hiding inside of the house. So when you have a significant other, your significant other knows everything about you. They know your habits. They know your emotions. They know what you will do in certain situations. They know what time you get up, what time you go to bed. They know what time you leave, what time you go to work, what time you eat, when you go to the restroom. They know when you're lying. They know when you are holding back. So your significant other typically knows everything about you, sometimes knows maybe more than what you may know about yourself. And so when it comes to creeping, your significant other may be one up on you and may be aware that you may be doing something that you're not supposed to. So they may set you up in a situation to see what you are doing at what time. So they may appear to have left the house when they didn't leave at all. So you may have a house that has multiple entrances, maybe a front door and a back door. And you may have thought that your significant other had left and maybe you fell asleep or something like that. So you have someone come over and you have them come through the back door, maybe come through the garage or something. And typically your significant other leaves out for work through the front door. But do you really know if this person left if it's early in the morning and you went to sleep? Do you know? This person may have doubled back on you, may have stayed in a closet or some other concealed area inside of the home and waited. You have people who will do stuff like that. You have people who will go to extremes and wait it out inside of the home. And usually when you're engaged in something you're not supposed to, you let your guards down, or you are so distracted by emotion that you didn't recognize that someone was still inside of the home. And so during the heat of the moment, your significant other could jump out on you and no telling what could happen. So you have to be really cautious and careful about doing things that will get you in deep trouble. And so let's go to the number 2 thing. So surveillance. So with the number of gadgets out here and tracking devices and location sharing, now is a more important time than ever to be alert and to abstain from getting into situations that could get you caught up. So for example, so if you are doing a late night creep, or you're doing the thing that you're not supposed to be doing with a significant other around, and maybe they have went to work or they have went out of town, they're on vacation or something like that, and you got your hands in the nookie jar, this individual can do something like use an old cell phone to spy on you, basically. So basically just taking an old cell phone and installing an app on it that allows for them to monitor real time exactly what's going on, and it could be voice activated and can have HD footage of you and this other individual inside of the home and be monitoring you real time, and you won't even know it. In other cases, a person could have a voice activated voice recorder that could be strapped under the bed, it could be in a closet, it could be somewhere nearby by the television on the under a dresser or something like that. So each time you engage in whatever you're doing and you're talking or whatever noises that's going on is being recorded. These are things that are real. These are things that get people caught up every day. And so you have to be very cognizant of these type of issues when you engage in this type of activity, because a person could be getting all types of intel on you. You don't know where they could be sending this information. You don't know what they could use this information for. They could use this to blackmail you. They could use this information to ruin your life with your employment, or maybe you have some type of business partners that you're working with and you're trying to secure an important investment or something. They could use this information for all types of purposes that could alter your life and ruin your reputation. And you're putting your personal safety in jeopardy as well as the other person. And you just never know when someone is going to these lengths to find out what you're up to, what they're capable of. Doesn't matter how long you've been with them. Number 3, you could be followed. So a lot of times you can have your hands in the nookie jar and everything doesn't have to take place at your spot. Maybe you're going over to the person that you're creeping with, you're going over to their place, or maybe you're going to meet up at some hotel or motel, or maybe you're going out and you're in the parking lot somewhere, who knows. But a lot of people don't recognize that they could be followed, or you could be followed by somebody who is an associate of your significant other. So your significant other could hire someone to follow you and you won't even know it. This person could be following you. If you have some type of fling at the job, they could be sitting out in the parking lot watching you. They could be watching you when you're supposed to be going to the store, and you could just be making a quick run somewhere else. They can be watching you while you're out and about going to the movies, or if you are supposed to be out of town, but you stayed in town actually, and you are staying over your fling's house for several days. There's all types of surveillance and antics and things that go down that you wouldn't even expect. People go to extremes when they're in love and they're really into you. They go to extremes to find out what's exactly going on. There's a fascination with knowing exactly what's going on at what time, with who and why. These are the things that drives a person to go crazy and to do things out of the ordinary. And this really puts your life in jeopardy and those who are around you. So you have to be careful about keeping your hands in that nookie jar, and you have to ask yourself, is it really, really worth it? I thank you for listening to me today. Please understand that the solution is you. With that, have a great day.